everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I am Miki, aka the Keto Sis, and today I'm making a zucchini lasagna. So if you like Italian food, you've come to the right place. If you're looking to get healthy and lose some weight, you've come to the right place. Either way, you don't want to miss out on any of my videos, so go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification icon, like and comment. Let me know what you think. You guys ready to cook? Let's get started. As always, I have the ingredients and measurements in the information box below. But to start, we will need 1 pound of lean ground beef. The leaner the better, so aim for 95% lean or somewhere in that area. 3 large raw zucchini, 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, 1 cup of finely chopped onion, 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese, 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, 1.5 teaspoons of table salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cayenne pepper. So of course the black pepper is optional, and the 4th zucchini turned out to not really be necessary. But what is necessary is that we get this beef cooked. So over medium-high heat, cook your ground beef until it's brown and the released water has evaporated. So I'd say about 7 to 8 minutes. Here, I'm just adding a little black pepper to the meat. It's not necessary at all, but since it's extra lean beef and it doesn't have a lot of flavor, I'm just adding a little bit more flavor back to it. Now that the meat has been fully cooked and drained, we'll add the onions next to make the meat sauce. So instead of chopping the onions by hand or chopping anything by hand, I opt to use this food processor. It's so easy to use. It was only $15 from Amazon. And as you can see, all you have to do is just top it off, press the button, boom, there you go. So fast and so easy. It's definitely a must-have for cooks of all skill levels. Over medium-high heat, we'll just add the onions to the ground beef and just cook them until the onions are soft and clear, stirring occasionally for a few minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to lower the heat to medium and stir in this tomato sauce. And we'll simmer until the sauce gets really thick and it just clings to the meat and the onions. And the reason why we want a really, really thick sauce is because if you've ever cooked with zucchini, you know it is a super watery vegetable. So a really, really thick meat sauce, once it gets in the oven, is going to prevent us from having a soggy lasagna, because nobody wants that. And we'll just keep stirring frequently for about 10 minutes. Now that our meat sauce is nice and hearty, we will go ahead and stir in the 1 tablespoon of oregano the 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and the 1/4 a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So I honestly put a little bit more than the 1/4 a teaspoon. Season it to taste. You know, I love spicy stuff. Cayenne pepper doesn't make the meat spicy at all. It really just goes well with the oregano. It just accentuates the flavors. So I never would have thought of that combination, but they're just a great duo that I'm going to try in other dishes. And once you have all of the seasonings, go ahead and give it a good stir for about 1 minute. Then you can turn off the heat and preheat your oven to 375. Now let's grab that zucchini, cut off both ends, and cut along the length about 1/4 to 1/8 inch thick strips, like so. It took a few times of practice to get it right, but I eventually got it. And of course, they don't have to be perfect. It doesn't affect the taste at all or anything like that. Now that we have our zucchini slices, let's go ahead and put this bad boy together. So I'd say use about 1/3 of your slices and arrange them on an 8x8 pan. You can overlap them, make a kind of patchwork, but I opted not to do that. I just wanted to make a firm foundation. And then the next thing you want to do is add about half of your meat sauce and then spread it evenly over the strips. Next, we'll add the mozzarella, and I know the recipe calls for 1/2 cup for this first layer, but I need much more than that. So I'm just eyeballing it and making sure that I have enough to cover the meat and zucchini and then some. Same thing with the Parmesan cheese. You're supposed to put 1/2 cup, but again, just sprinkling to cover. Now we will repeat the same steps for the next layer. So on top of the cheese, arrange your zucchini slices and then your remaining meat sauce. And the next step is to add another half a cup of mozzarella and Parmesan cheese, or you can just eyeball and freestyle like me. I had extra zucchini slices. I just went ahead and threw some on there, but either way, once you have that last layer of cheese, go ahead and put it in the oven for 45 minutes or until it looks like this. This was such a fun recipe to make. It was actually my first time making any kind of lasagna, but I am glad that the first one I made was a keto one, a low carb zucchini. Thank you so much for sticking around for this. And before I forget, once you take it out of the oven, I recommend letting it sit for at least 15 minutes just to let it get nice and solid and easy to cut. All right, so thank you so much for watching, everyone. And as always, food is love and good health is delicious.